Yeah. Just wondering. I've got to prove it. Obviously, I don't know you from Adam. You could be someone just who's...
Well, we're not going to do this for fancy dress, are we? Right. As my colleague explained, the reason why we stopped you is because you fit the description of somebody acting suspiciously. Right? Now, you've given a legitimate reason why you're here.
Yeah.
Right, but we need to see some ID and some proof that you are here legitimately.
No, I understand that.
Can we see that, please?
I understand that, but on another term, I have actually got human rights.
Is that your vehicle there?
Nope.
Okay. So, what form of identification have you got on you to say you're actually canvassing?
I've got ID on me, but I don't have to legally show it because I've not committed a crime.
Right.
Obviously, if you...
We've
had a phone call about, like I said, a suspicious male, so we need to ascertain whether you are, you say you are, but I take it you're not going to give us your name.
I get this every week.
Verify. Yeah, but you've got to appreciate, we get calls from members.
No, I understand that, but I'm doing a job, I'm paying me taxes, I'm earning money. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand, I have not committed a crime.
If you were calling us, surely you'd want us to follow it up, wouldn't you? That's why we've been sent here, to follow it up, to, we want to be rest assured when we leave here today that you're not up to it.
Alright, buckle up, because this case is about to get intense. From the very first moment, you can see tension crackling. An auditor stops a police officer and asks for ID verification, and suddenly, a routine interaction spirals into a clash of rights versus authority. We've got officers insisting on ID based on vague reports, the auditor calmly asserting their legal rights, and an escalating power struggle that exposes a shocking gap in understanding civil liberties. Stay tuned, because by the end, we'll see legal action, suspensions, and real accountability. And you'll want to see how every single moment unfolds.
What canvases in this area and you'll validate where I am.
And what's your
obviously, I'm not giving it out.
Well, when I ring up Safe Style UK and say you've got canvassers and they say
they know I'm in this office, they know I'm around here. Because we get issued to a certain area and they keep both names of the people.
So where's your ID card?
It is on me, but I don't have to show it. I've not committed a crime.
We're going round in circles here, aren't we, chap?
No, I don't mean human rights, mate. I've not committed a crime. Obviously, you're putting me under alarm and distress now. You both cover it going round there. Obviously, you're trying to say that I have to show my ID.
You're putting me under alarm and distress.
How am I?
That's our ID. We've shown you our ID. So
yeah.
But here's where the tension starts to peak. The auditor asserts, I haven't committed a crime, yet the officers keep pressing for ID. Notice the subtle psychological pressure at play. They tried to frame a lawful refusal as suspicious behavior. This is classic overreach. No reasonable suspicion, no crime, yet persistent demands. It's a moment that raises key questions. How far can officers go when acting on vague third-party reports? And more importantly, who's responsible for ensuring the public's rights aren't trampled? Watching this, you start to feel the mounting stress, and it's clear the auditor knows exactly what the law allows, making this clash all the more dramatic.
You have a police uniform which gives you powers.
Stop going on about YouTube. It's like this public servant, okay? I'm not a servant. I'm a police officer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Which means, but you serve the public.
I'm a police officer.
Right.
Okay. Police officer. I'm not a servant.
Yeah.
So let's get that quite clear before we start.
Well, there's no need to get angry, is there? Because now you're putting.
Now pay attention to this. The auditor is calm, collected, and asserting rights, but the officers begin spinning circles, claiming he's causing distress while they themselves are escalating the situation. It's almost absurd. They show their ID, as if that balances the scales, ignoring the fact that the auditor hasn't broken any law. This is a textbook example of circular reasoning and power imbalance. The officer's logic is flawed, and it's hard not to notice the ego and sense of entitlement creeping into the conversation. Moments like this highlight why civil liberties exist, to prevent authority from overriding basic rights.
I've asked for him.
Strange.
Well, not all coppers are legitimate, are they? Not all coppers are nice. So at this moment in time, am I detained?
That's right.
What for? What am I being detained for? Have I committed a criminal offence? I've not committed a criminal offence. How can you detain me? Because then you're holding me hostage. You're now restricting my free way of movement, because now you're saying I'm being detained for a crime I've not committed. I will just literally. I'll send this to me my lawyer, mate. This is going straight to my lawyer.
First things first. You're recording it.
Yeah.
Has it just picked up the word that you just said to me?
Yeah.
Right. This is your first and last warning. You swear at me again, you'll be arrested. Do you understand me?
Yeah. But I'm asking why am I being detained?
Listen to me. Are you going to listen?
I'll listen, but I want you to listen to my point of view.
Detained at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So we can speak to the caller.
Yeah.
Because as I said, you fit the description of the person seen acting suspiciously.
Yeah.
Right? Now, until we speak to the caller and fathom out what the caller says to us, you're not going anywhere.
Right, so you're detaining me against my own will from a...
Listen to the way the officer says, I may be a public servant, but I'm not your servant. This line alone encapsulates a dangerous misunderstanding of policing. Officers are supposed to protect and serve, but here, it's all about authority and ego. By refusing accountability and framing themselves as the ones under stress, they completely invert the roles. For the viewer, this is one of those jaw-dropping moments. You're watching someone legally in the wrong, yet attempting to claim moral high ground. It's fascinating and frustrating all at once, and it underscores why transparency and accountability in policing are so critical.
Have or haven't done.
Right, but technically you can't detain someone if they've not committed a crime, because then that's holding them against their own will.
Well, once we speak to the caller,
yeah, but now
the crime has been committed, then I'll tell you what's going to happen next.
So you're actually admitting you've illegally detained me for a crime I've not committed?
We haven't illegally detained you.
Well, if you've not detained me, then I'm free to go.
Tell you what, walk up there and we'll follow you then if you need to speak to you again.
But then it's harassing.
Off you go.
But then it's harassing.
No, what I'm saying is, if you'd like to leave, if you'd like to leave now and walk whichever way you like, carry on. And if I need to speak to you at a different time, I'll come after you.
This is where things cross the line. The auditor is detained without committing a crime, based purely on a vague description from a caller. Under UK law, this is not only wrong, it's illegal. The officer openly admits the detention is contingent on what the caller says, and yet, there's no objective evidence. This is the kind of scenario that civil liberties watchdogs warn about: presumption of guilt before innocence, arbitrary detention, and a blatant abuse of power. It's the kind of moment that makes you question what protections are actually in place to prevent this, and crucially, why asserting your rights.
IPCC.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because obviously you're legally detaining me for a crime I've not committed. So obviously, like I'm going to ask again, am I being detained for a crime? Because obviously now no one's answering. If I'm not being detained for a crime...
I'm just in process of speaking to your manager.
Right.
If you'd like to walk away, you are free to walk away. And if I detain us a crime, I'll come after you, won't I? It's up to you, sir.
I'm not going to turn me back. I'm not going to turn me back on officers so you can body slam me.
Do what you'd like. I don't think I'm capable of body
Hey, there's police out there that body slam people for the fun of it.
when he's asked for an officer's ID.
So you've illegally detained me, you call me a liar. Yeah, but now you've also illegally detained me. So wait until IPC.
Why are we going around in circles? Twice I've said, if you'd like to walk away, walk away.
Well, just for the camera, have I been committed as a crime? Right, so I've not committed a crime, so well, you've given me permission to walk away. I'm not, mate. I'm not, mate. Now you're making lies about me. You've also illegally detained me, like I said before, when he says you're now detained. What for what crime? He couldn't give me a crime. So he's legally detained me on the spot. He's also kept me hostage. So I do know my rights, and this will be going to IPCC. I will be sending it to Milan. I'll wait until it's all over line. I don't need the log number. I've got your badge numbers. Because I don't trust it. I don't trust the fact I can walk away with you.
I've been showing us your ID in the first instance. I don't think it would have taken this long. So when you're talking about being...
Yeah, but my right, I don't have to show...
Usual way the officer suggests, walk away and we'll follow you. On the surface, it sounds harmless, but in reality, it's surveillance without legal authority. The auditor has already expressed his rights, and yet they continue to shadow him, hoping to justify suspicion later. This isn't policing, it's intimidation. The layers of harassment here are staggering. An individual asserting his rights is being coerced into compliance, and the officer frames it as ordinary procedure. For anyone watching, this is a real-world demonstration of how power can be misused, and why knowledge of your rights can literally protect you from overreach.
So we'll have to go so we don't have body
Take the
slamming.
log.
So we don't body slamming.
Before you get that urge.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's right service.
Patience.
to go, Sam?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to leave.
I took them to a criminal court and a civil court. At the criminal court, I was awarded £35,000 because of the incorrect ways and the way they did the jobs, which was performed illegally. Officer Stephen Haynes, PC Jarvis and PC Warwick. One of them was suspended for 2 months with further investigation. One of them was fired, and the other one was given a slap on the wrist and was allowed to still do the job. But
here's a stunning example of blame shifting. The officer implies the situation escalated because the auditor didn't comply with an ID request, even though no crime was committed. This kind of reasoning is dangerous. Non-compliance becomes framed as the real problem. The auditor, simply exercising rights, becomes the instigator in the officer's narrative. It's an ego problem, plain and simple. For viewers, it's infuriating and eye-opening. A small refusal of compliance triggers disproportionate reactions, highlighting why clear boundaries and respect for civil rights are essential. This also explains why the later legal consequences hit so hard. So let's wrap this up. The auditor ultimately pursued both criminal and civil proceedings, winning £35,000 due to illegal actions by officers Stephen Haynes, PC Jarvis, and PC Warwick. One officer was fired, another suspended, and the third faced internal investigation. This isn't just about one misunderstanding, it's about systemic